Hello everyone, this is a recording I'm making on Friday lunchtime for the Eider Chase at Newcastle on Saturday. 4 miles, class 2, very classy race worth 50 grand to the winner. The top weight is rated 148. It's a very strong handicap for a class 2, that's for sure. I've been working on this race all week. And my initial fancy was Vicente, but he was never ever a big enough price for me to recommend him anti-post, especially with the doubts about going, because he really needs good ground or just, ground maybe slightly easier than good at the worst. As there was possibilities of rain, I could make him a selection at 8 to 1 anti-post. He's now best price 6 to 1, I believe. He has got a major chance, but his price only reflects that chance. There's no value in it. You could put a saver on him. This is a short list anyway. So there's 16 runners, and some of these 14-year-olds like Harry the Viking and Raz the Murray, you just can't have them in a race of this calibre. I know Harry the Viking won last time out, but that was round a track that he excels on at Kelso. Totally different story round here. Anyway, so this was the short list. Now, Rock On Fruity has done really well. He's won his last 2 starts, both at Newcastle. He's never been tried beyond, any marathon trips. And he could still be well in off 137. However, I do think that he's pretty much handicapped up to the hilt now. So I couldn't have him. And then Mr. E. Mr. E's 11. He'd won this race before, 2 years ago, off the same mark. But when you look at his form, all of his best performances have come with plenty of cut in the ground, heavy going, soft ground, and so on. So, although he ran okay last time in the Welsh National, and this does represent a drop in grade, that Welsh National has not worked out brilliantly. They've got the blinkers on first time, and I don't think the ground is soft enough for him. He probably needs to lead and make all unpestered at his own gallop to win. If he wins, we'll take it on the chin, but he's 25 to 1. So I knocked him out. So it comes down to these 3, Vicente, Crosspark and Progress Drive. Now it's interesting, these 2, Crosspark ran 3rd in the Warwick Classic Chase over 3 miles 5.5, where he was just behind Callet Mad, who was 2nd. And Progress Drive ran 3rd in the Borders National when we had the winner, which was Harry the Viking, and Callet Mad was 2nd in that. Now, the 2 horses are very closely matched. Crosspark has got to give £2 to Progress Drive. They're on that line through Callet Mad. They're very closely matched. But it must be noted that when Callet Mad beat Crosspark, he was running off a £5 higher mark than when he beat Progress Drive. So his task was that much harder. They are closely matched, and you could bet them both. But I think Crosspark is got absolutely nothing in hand on his mark, nothing at all. If he ran to his very, very best, he could just about win. If he pinged every fence and had a perfect ride. That is possible, but I might have like a half a point saver or something on Crosspark. And I might also have a 1 point saver on Vicente. But having spent hours and hours on this race, and I've been on it all week, I've now come to the conclusion that this Progress Drive may be the one horse in here which has got the potential to be a good £10–12 better than his current mark. I've noticed he's had a wind up since his last run, where he was 3rd over 4 miles in that Borders National. He's only 8 years old. He's only had 7 runs over fences and 6 in hurdles. But the quotes are all, this is a baby, he's a shell of a horse, He's got it all to come. He's going to be a grand staying chaser one day. That's what the trainer said. Now it's interesting. That's what all these quotes are that I've read from the trainer. He's a grand horse, you know, and all this stuff. Anyway, so Progress Drive. Let's have a look at his form. That's what I wanted to have a look at. So he started chasing in 2017. He had 2 tries at 2 mile 4 and 2 mile 4 at Carlisle and Ayr and didn't win. Then he managed to break his duck in a 3 mile novices handicap chase on heavy ground at Ayr off a mark of 1:28. He was then second in a novices chase at Wetherby and is beaten by a far superior horse who's rated giving weight as well. Then he runs on good ground in April and they put him away till this winter where he runs 3 miles at Ayr and then 4 miles at Kelso's first attempt at a marathon trip, and he ran a superb third. He's been left on the same mark as when he was third there. He's had wind surgery and I now think that he's been properly hard fit. They've got him on a nice racing weight. The trainer says he wants better ground. He ran very well on good to soft there. The ground is going to be good to soft at Newcastle. He's got the right racing weight and he's got a brilliant jockey on board. The trainer won this race last year, of course. Those of you who were with the handicap slip last year, we were on big time. We had a big bet on, here he is, Baywing. And he was a very similar type. He'd only had half a dozen chases or something. And clearly he'd been put away for this race last year. Let's have a look at his form from last year and we'll see. He's only had 11 chases now. And when he won the Eider Chase last year, that was his 8th start of his life over fences. And yeah, he was a proper mudlark. He was a classy horse. He'd already won a novices chase grade 2, so he was a classy horse. But of course, he was running off a mark of 140, so he was £7 higher than Progress Drive. I think you are dropping the equipment. Here we go then. So he does return Baywing, but when you look at his form, and what part of the reason that we bet him is that all of his big numbers, his highest RPRs, heavy, soft, heavy, soft, heavy. You know, his highest RPR on good to soft ground is £6. No, he's £13 below his current handicap mark. So he really does want heavy ground. Anyway, so there we go. My bet is going to be, and I'm going to have a decent bet because you can get 5 places. I trust the trainer. I trust the jockey. He's said to jump very nicely. He's going to be held up to get the trip, and hopefully he can settle and come through. That's the other thing with Crosspark. He is a little bit keen, and he's never been this trip before. He's been 3 miles 5, but he can be a bit keen. And if they don't go very fast, if he's keen, he could burn out before they get to the home straight. Hopefully Progress Drive can be turned into the home straight on the final circuit, swinging hard on the bridle, and let's hope the wind up has helped. That might bring about some improvement. He has got some form which makes him look a mid-140s horse, and hopefully we can land a double like we did with the same yard last year, Progress Drive, and I'm going to be having 3.5 points each way with 5 places, 16 to 1. You might only get 14 to 1. That's the first bet for Saturday. Progress Drive, 3.5 points each way. It's a big bet, but I'm going to try and land a touch for Cheltenham. And you could, if you wanted to, have savers on these 2. But I tell you, I'm probably not now. I've convinced myself just to have the single on Progress Drive, and hopefully he does the business for us and he gets in the frame. There we go. That's the first bet for Saturday.